Yeah, it's a great point. And yeah, the size of the company and the size of the team makes a huge difference, not only in how many different hats, how many different roles you have to take on, but the nature of who's really a great fit for that. Because I've seen over the years too that people that have worked for huge companies that think it's going to be a walk in the park going to work for a relatively small company. And the reality is, if you're one of 300 salespeople for a huge company and the playbook is on version 117 and you have a ridiculous amount of support and the brand is incredibly well known globally, it is a completely different set of challenges than someone where they're building something that's relatively new, where they have to be really, really resourceful. I often liken this to having to be like the utility player on a baseball team who can at any given time get thrown into pitching, playing the infield, playing the outfield. If it's a minor league team, in between innings, they're going in the stand to sell soda. It rains, they're pulling the tarp out of the field. There's really, so yeah, that creates a lot of interesting challenges. And I'm curious how you've been able to navigate them over time without feeling a sense of stress or burnout, or feeling like the kind of managing expectations about what is possible for a company the size of NJFX.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't express enough, like, my team is really the support that really helps me schedule my time and prioritize like what's on the agenda for today, or for the month, or for the quarter. Like I said, we kind of have like our set plan for what we want to post or say, or when it comes to like events, like those are like the usual posts. But then when anything else does come in, you really do have to sit with your team and talk about like, okay, like what are we doing? Because NJFX as a company for years have really not been saying we're a data center, we're a co-location, we're a connectivity hub, and we're a cable landing station. But with all of the developments with AI happening, and realizing like NJFX was built as a purpose-built data center. Like, we are a data center, we just never really want to call ourselves a data center. So just changing that whole shift of messaging on, and changing that to our social medias and our events and like everything that we do and say, even just talking right now through podcasts and going to conferences, like we have to shift our whole elevator pitch onto like who we are as a whole. And I can't do that without the team. Like I can't just prioritize and make posts and schedule. Like I can't, to an extent, I'd say. But for the most part, everything is a collaboration. And you can't really prioritize or set yourself for success without having that team by you. I would say that's really how you really manage yourself, is just making sure you're comfortable with yourself, and then you're comfortable with your team, and making sure that everything runs smooth.
Yeah, it's always a balancing act, because marketing by committee dilutes the punch and the specificity and the true differentiation. But at the same time, if you go into an all hands meeting and you pass around a 3x5 card to each person and says, do not say a word to each other, but I want you to each take 30 seconds, 90 seconds and write down on this card what NJFX does. Do you get 20 different answers, or are most people largely saying the same thing? And it's a challenge over time.
I mean, for the most part, I think NJFX before my time did really great on branding and PR and making themselves known to the data center market, even to the subsea side and connectivity. So it's a time. It just takes time. There's a lot of momentum that brings into it.